Hey everybody. So today I'm going to talk about the next part of the movie. So we have SR9. It's the 9th lesson on the Shawshank Redemption, and I'll be going through that part right now. So hopefully you're ready to learn about this next part. All right. So as you remember, we just had Andy and Red in the courtyard. Andy's talking about how he's going to have something for Red. There's something for Red in a field under a wall. It's going to be glass, and the rock's going to look like it doesn't belong there. And under that is something for Red. There's a tree there. It's actually a very significant tree for Andy, and that's where he had a picnic with his wife, right? And he's prepared something there for Red. Anyway, okay, let's get into it here.
No, I'm telling you, the guy's talking funny.
Okay, so Red's telling his buddies, yeah, Andy is talking funny. So funny can be like, ha, 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 it's funny. Can also be like strange. Okay, so funny can also be strange, weird, unusual, something like that, right? Not normal. So the idea is Red is saying that Andy sounds kind of like weird, kind of strange. So funny means not haha funny. It means kind of like not very good, kind of maybe even crazy.
Really worried about him.
I'm worried about him, right? So Red is worried about Andy. It's not sure what Andy's thinking. Because why? Well, Andy's too hopeful, right? Andy's talking about going to Mexico and buying an old boat and fixing it up, right? And owning a hotel, having a small hotel. Those were the two big things, remember, from last time that Andy's talking about. So Red's like, huh? What are you talking about? That's really weird. You're in jail. Why are you having these kind of dreams when you're stuck in jail?
Gotta keep an eye on him. That's fine during the day.
So the other guy says, keep an eye on him, right? Watch Andy, see what he's up to.
He's got that cell on himself.
So this other guy says, well, he's alone at night in his cell. Remember, a cell is the little room for a prisoner, right? We've been over that word. So.
Oh, Lord. What?
Andy come down to the loading dock today. He asked me for a length of rope.
Rope.
6 feet long.
You gave it to him.
Sure I did. Why wouldn't I?
Okay, so Haywood, remember a good old Haywood, this guy here on the left, that's Haywood. Haywood says, oh, actually, I gave Andy some rope, right? 6 feet of rope. You guys know 6 feet, right? So if we talk about, someone who's tall, if they're about 6 feet tall, that's about the beginning of a tall person. Right? That's tall enough to be a tall person if you're 6 feet tall, right? So start to get used to this idea of the different kind of measurements, right? Okay, so let's see. How long is 6 feet in centimeters, right? So you can Google all these kind of questions, right? If you're not sure about stuff, just Google it. So right here, so how long is 6 feet in centimeters? So there you go, 182, right? So 182.88 centimeters, that's 6 feet. We often hear about these numbers in movies, right? Americans have this measurement system and it's good to get kind of some sense of it. If you can remember 6 feet is about 180 centimeters, 182. That's a good thing to remember. It'll help you in the future because you know, this is how Americans actually should use cm. They should. And when I was a kid, we learned that. And the teachers told us, you know, in the future, everyone will use this way to measure things, right? With cm and, you know, kg, right? All those, this was the way that we measure things in Taiwan. But no, it never really happened. So Americans still use their old way to measure stuff. Yeah. So anyway, all right.
Jesus, Haywood.
How was I supposed to know?
Remember Brooks Hammer?
No. Can you never do that? Never.
Okay, so what are they talking about here? Well, they are worried that Andy's going to kill himself, right? He's going to kill himself using the rope, right? Put the rope around your neck, put the rope up on the ceiling somewhere and hang yourself, right? Who did that before? Well, they just mentioned his name, Brooks, right? You guys remember Brooks. So they're worried Andy's going to kill himself just as Brooks did.
I don't know. Every man has his breaking point.
Every man has his breaking point, right? So here Red is saying like, well, Andy could do it, you know, poor Andy, right? He's innocent and he's been in jail for a long time. The warden put him in the hole, not just for 1 month, but for another month also, right? So, you know, Andy could be really going crazy. Maybe he's very depressed, very sad, and he just thinks, okay, you know, I'm thinking about my happy place, right? A happy place is a place you think about going to. So I'm thinking about going to my happy place that is this little town in Mexico on the beach, and I have my boat and my hotel. So he's planning to kill himself and, you know, go there. Who knows, right? They're worried about Andy.
If we split, want to get home.
Right, so the warden is in a hurry. He's ready to go home. And as usual, right, Andy's doing some work for the warden. Remember, Andy is, we say, money laundering, right? Cleaning money for the warden. He's doing some kind of paperwork to help the warden with all his illegal, right? The money he got illegally, which he, you know, it's against the law, what the warden is doing, right? The warden is a very big criminal also, right? Anyway, you guys know this stuff. So what is this thing in the wall? This is what we call a safe, S-A-F-E. So we usually use the word safe as an adjective, right? Taiwan is a safe country, right? Meaning it's not dangerous, right? Well, that's an adjective, right? ADJ. This is the noun. So safe as a noun is this like box. It's very strong. You put your money in there, stuff like that, right?
My stuff down the laundry. Shine my shoes. I want to look at my mirrors.
Okay, so the warden tells Andy here to shine his shoes, right? You can put some kind of polish, like some stuff on the shoes, these are like old leather shoes, right? Leather, the skin of a cow, right? We call that leather. And you can make them shiny, right? You brush the shoes to make them look better. This is like, you know, old style shoes. So the warden says, I want the shoes to be like mirrors, right? M-I-R-R-O-R, mirror. You can see yourself in a mirror, so very shiny. He wants the shoes to be shiny.
Good having you back, Andy. Place wasn't the same without you.
So Warren says, it's good having you back, Andy. It's nice that you're back from the hole, remember? So Andy was in solitary confinement, right? Solitary confinement is the hole, right? You're alone in a cell, but you know, just by yourself. The warden likes to have Andy back doing all his you know, money laundering, all the things that he needs help. He cannot do that stuff by himself. He doesn't know how to do it. So he really needs Andy. So what's Andy's response, right? Andy doesn't say anything. He's just like, I hate this guy. Basically just thinking he hates the warden, right? He doesn't say anything back to him. Like, oh, it's nice to be back. No, it's not nice to be back. Right, Andy's not happy helping this terrible guy, the warden. So there we go, right? So there's Andy polishing the warden's shoes. He's doing what the warden told him to do, right? Polishing the shoes, making them shining again. Right, so there's Red watching Andy, right, keeping an eye on Andy, seeing how, you know, how he's doing there. Lights out. What is that? So that's the rope, right? Who did he get the rope from? Got it from Haywood. You guys know Haywood, right? Down at the docks. I guess that's where Haywood works. Anyway, 6 feet, right? We talked about 6 feet, 182 cm of rope. Well, what's he going to do with that? Uh-oh, right? Well, we'll find out in my next video. So I will see you guys then. Stop sharing. Oh, I forgot to change my background picture. I'll do that next time.